Hi, thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I'm getting ready to hike into Emerald Bay to fish for the last time until the fall because the boat camp is opening up next week. I'm not coming down when the campground's open. It's only 7:30 and I've already seen a bear run across the road and I already caught a really big rainbow in one of the Lake Tahoe tributaries this morning fishing for Wilderness with Amani Patreon. Anyway, I'm in Emerald Bay to soak some bait today, and I'm willing to do it the hard way or the easy way. The easy way is me being home by 1 or 2. The hard way is me being here soaking bait until, I don't know, 6 or 7 tonight, because I want to catch something. I got skunked here a few weeks back. I fished with my cousin Lance, and we fished for like 10 hours and didn't get it. I got a couple bites. One of the bites I got, I was sleeping. So when you're sleeping, it's hard to set the hook. But that's not going to happen today. I'm going to be up. I'm ready to go. Let's start hiking. I want to get some lines in the water. Let's get soaking some bait. As I said, it's a long walk. It's a mile to get to the lake down there. And this sign, I like to show this sign before people go down into Emerald Bay. Remember, down is optional, up is mandatory. 1,000-foot elevation drop, which means you're hiking 1,000 feet out. And let me tell you, I was gassed when I was coming out after getting skunked all demoralized last time. No dogs allowed. Oh man, I love dogs. One of the biggest things I love about shooting content is dogs run up to me and I get to play with them. I don't have a dog. So I've been looking at that area across the Emerald Bay. Right there, it looks like I could reach deep water from shore. It's really shallow in the entrance, and it's shallow all along that bank, but it looks like it gets deep there. This is my last chance to fish here before the campground opens, so I didn't want to go down there on some magical hunt for some Shangri-La spot that I see from a mile away that could easily be a mirage. So I'm just going to go where I know, and we're going to try to get something. I don't know much about flying, but isn't that paraglider thing with that plane kind of close together? I don't know. That looks sketchy to me. It looks sketchy just being on that thing. You're just dangling with the motor strapped on your back? No, thank you. This is probably the best spot because with the water so high, it's hard to reach the deeper water. And I could reach it from out there. I learned that when I went for the last hour the last time I was here. But that's not a very comfortable place to fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish in the comfortable place to fish until about 2 o'clock. And if things don't look good, then I will come here. If you see me fishing out here, that's my Alamo. This right here is the chill place to fish. Easy rod placement behind that log in the dirt. I can nap it out and rest up here. I got my umbrella for the sun, so I'm ready to go with that. And then I got good tree shade. If you watch some of my old Emerald Bay videos, I'm laying on the sand down there. So there ain't no fancy sand laying, so let's get going. I already got my night crawler, my full inflated crawler. I got big crawlers, so if I get a bite, I really got to let them have it. I'm still rigged up for the tributary creek fishing, so I got my barbless jig. I'm going to switch my 6-pound test reel with my 8-pound test reel that I like to use in Tahoe. It's more important in the boulders, but I like it here because there's trees and there are rocks out there. And if you want to see the particulars of how I'm soaking my power bait and my night crawlers, go to my fishing tips playlist. I got detailed videos down to the hooks I use. So if you're new to fishing or you want to know what I'm doing to get fish here, fishing tips playlist. Good place to go to see a lot of stuff of what I do in my videos. So I'm going to get this rigged up. I'm going to get this out farther. Night crawler's at about an 18 count from the time my half-ounce sinker hits the surface till it hits the bottom. I'm going to try to wing my power bait out a little farther. I'd like to get that to like a 25 or 30 count. The water is really cold, so there should be fish cruising in a little bit closer. But now, all we can do is wait. And as I can say, We can do this the easy way or the hard way. If I get one in the net in 2 hours, it'll be an early day and I'll be napping by 3. Other words, my nap at 3 will be right there in the dirt because I'll use my layers as a pillow and I will crash right out. All right? Start your engines, folks. Let's see if we can get something in the net. This squirrel on this stump has been yanking on this rope since I got here. And I don't know, I think I'm putting my money on the rope. He runs away when I get too close, but he'll be back on there pulling on that green rope again. The rope's all gnarled, which means he's been yanking on this thing for a while, like probably days, and I don't know. I don't think he's gonna pull the post over. I don't think, maybe he's getting some stuff for his nest or something. I don't know. But that thing needs to gain some weight if it's gonna break that rope. Keep on getting hits on my night crawler. Then it just goes away. There it is. There it is. There it is. Where is he? That thing jumped out there. Not that big, but he was way out there. I'd like to eat some trout tonight, that's for sure. This is the third time, man. I kept on getting hits and it kept on going away. I got a block of ice so I can keep my fish nice and cool. That's a good rainbow, good size for eating. This ain't no day ender. It's a real nice place to land a fish, too. Not that big, but that's the perfect size for eating. I'll eat this fish for dinner. So it's a nice little rainbow, but that's perfect size for one good meal right there. Fat, ready to go, but I'm looking for bigger game than this. I got a block of ice that I made, so I'm gonna ice this fish up. And I make these blocks of ice at home in my freezer. And then you just smash it up. Get my fish in the cooler. Ice it up. Now I can keep fishing. My fish will be nice and fresh, and I'll keep them iced up until I can clean them, and that'll be a good dinner. Before that, I got 3 hits on my night crawler. One of them doubled over and just went away. Another one started hitting it. Good, solid, boom, boom. And then just went away. But the thing that it is, it's all of the hits are coming in about an 18 to 20 count from the time my sinker hits the water to the time that it stops sinking. That's got to be a pretty cool way to see Lake Tahoe. I don't think I'd ever go on it, but for some people that might be fun. I don't know. It seems to be pretty full. There's a bunch of heads on there. And I'm gonna wrap this up. There's just so much boat traffic coming in and out of here. I mean, it's non-stop. There's probably 20 boats back there in the back and behind the island. And I don't know if that's hurting the fishing. I haven't had a nibble, a bite, or nothing since I caught that fish. And I've been soaking bait for hours. I slept for about an hour. So I'm gonna go home and cook that fish up. Lake Tahoe just hasn't been that good. So ever since the water came way up, it hasn't been that good. And it's been high for this is the 3rd year in a row. It's been really high. You know, like I said in the beginning, if you watch my older Emerald Bay videos, I'm laying in the sand out there, you know, in the sun. I'm up in the trees. The Rubicon Trail's right there. It goes right behind where I'm fishing, because the water's so high. So I think it's time to wrap it up, and I got to start hiking up and out of here. But this is a fun day out here. I got some naps in, met a bunch of people walking by on the trail because I'm fishing right on the trail. It was a good, pleasant day. But it started out with a bang with that big old trout I caught from Wilderness with Amani on Patreon in the little creek that flows into Lake Tahoe. Man, that trout was big. So that fulfilled my big fish need for the day. I wanted to get something big to eat, but whatever. Thanks for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.